My concern is that I have a reason to believe that on September 10th there were actually 4 individuals trying to cross through the Texas border who were apprehended at 2 different stations that do have ties to known terrorist organizations in the Middle East. Are you not aware of that?
I've heard reports to that effect. I don't know the accuracy of the reports or how much credence to give them, but I've heard reports to that effect.
And I guess that's my concern, is you as the Secretary, does that information rise to the level of the Secretary?
All right, so that we needed to cut a little bit more of that. I'm going to explain why. That was Congressman Jason Chaffetz today grilling the Secretary of the Department of Homeland Security over new information that the congressman has, suggesting that 4 people known with terror ties to the Middle East were allegedly caught sneaking over our southern border into the United States one day before 9/11 of this year. And the Secretary neither confirmed nor denied it. Joining us now, a Kelly File exclusive, Utah Congressman Jason Chaffetz, a member of the Homeland Security Committee. Congressman, good to see you tonight. And so the reason I think we cut that wrong is because you first asked him, you asked him, have we ever apprehended anybody who's a known terrorist or a suspected terrorist trying to come across the border? And he said, sitting here right now, no specific case comes to mind. That doesn't mean there is none. Perhaps FBI Director Comey can think of one, but nothing's coming to mind. And then you, as a good lawyer, zeroed in and said, well, my concern is I believe it actually did happen as recently as September 10th, and it was 4 people who tried to come across and you apprehended them. And only then did he say, oh, I've heard reports to that effect. Do I have it about right?
It's exactly right, Megan. He's the Secretary of Homeland Security. You need to know this. He was sworn in on December 23rd of last year. It was, I thought, a simple question, but he says he doesn't know the answer to that. The answer, unfortunately, is yes. We captured, there are 466,000 people that have been captured crossing our borders over the last 351 days. Yet by Homeland Security's own numbers, 157,000 people got away. And the people we did capture, they come from 143 different countries. 13 were from Syria, 6 were from Iraq, 4 were from Iran. We had 4 people with known ties from a Middle Eastern country captured, having already crossed the border, our southern border, in Texas. 4 people captured from a Middle Eastern country with known ties to a terrorist country, and he doesn't know the answer to that question?
But wait, here's my question to you. Do you believe he didn't know? Or do you believe he did know and wasn't particularly inclined to share with you and the American people the fact that we've now got Middle Eastern terrorists coming across the southern border?
I don't know which one scares me more. Does he not know? Is he oblivious to it as the Homeland Security Secretary? Or is he going to be deceptive and just try to, run out the clock and not really answer the question? That's not who we are as a country. We have a porous border. We are worried about every story on the news tonight is about ISIS. I'm worried about them actually coming to the United States and crossing that porous border and getting into the homeland.
Mm-hmm. And you pointed out to him that the GAO has estimated there's only a 6% operational control of this border, only 6%. And we've got the Homeland Security Secretary sitting there talking about how he may or may not be familiar with the report you have in hand about these 4 terrorists.
And I asked him, what is the operational control right now on the border? What is the operational control? And he said, I don't know. How can he not know? He's the Homeland Security Secretary.
It's interesting. When you watch that body language, even the clip we played where he's scratching the nose, that's always like a dead giveaway. Remember Clapper with the hand to the forehead, like not wittingly, and then he was like, it's like, I think he was either, or trying to do like a Bewitched to get out of the room. Congressman, good to see you.
Thanks, Megan.